How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and today we're going to talk about discrimination at the workplace. Discrimination at the workplace. Very tough topic. More specifically, what happens when an employee tells a supervisor that they're being discriminated. So we're looking at the perspective of the supervisor. What should you do? That's today's topic. All right, guys, if you haven't, guys, the show is Tier Talk. Please subscribe, interact, engage, and hit that bell. The bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. Stand by for our sponsor. When we come back, we're going to talk about discrimination at the workplace.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Being a corrections officer takes its toll on even the strongest individuals. The constant need to perform at the highest level, putting your life at risk in a hostile environment, and the mental scarring of traumatic experiences. 31% of corrections officers show symptoms of PTSD, and 66% of people with PTSD also suffer with a substance abuse problem. The Transformations First Responders program is specially designed to help veterans and officers heal from the grips of addiction and PTSD in a comfortable, supportive, and serene setting. You are not alone. If you have questions about the services we offer, give us a call at 866-762-8454 to get more information on this affordable and life-changing program.
Thank you guys for listening to my sponsors. Okay, so you're a supervisor, an employee comes up to you and says they're being discriminated at in the workplace. What do you do? What do you do? Well, let me tell you something. The moment that they say that they're being discriminated and that they feel that, let's say, a protective category is being violated, whether it's gender, race, religion, you have a responsibility now. And that responsibility is to report that interaction. As a peer, you're obligated. But as a supervisor, you are responsible. There is no longer a private conversation between you and that individual, especially if it touches on those protective categories, acts of discrimination. The moment that person mentions a concern that relates to one of those issues in those protected categories, hold on, I don't want to hear no more. Write a report, and I'll tell you where you can submit that report. And then you yourself are going to write a report or send an email to the liaison and say, hey, listen, someone came up to me, started telling me about these concerns, so I told them to slow it down, write a report, and then I'm also sending them your way. The report is confidential. That report should be in your office at this point, and if you have any concerns, please reach out to me, but I would recommend that you see that individual. And that will put some onus on the liaison to call that individual down and speak to him. But here's the key. You did what you had to do. You had the incident documented, the interaction documented, and then you went ahead and made sure the liaison knew that you committed to an action. And that's what's expected of you as a supervisor. That is the responsibility that you have. And that will also protect the institution from a potential lawsuit. But ultimately, it protects you from that potential lawsuit. That's the key. It's going to protect you because you committed to an action. You committed to an action on that immediate level. And even though that person may have came up to you and didn't want it to be reported, they came up to you and you are a supervisor now. But again, you also got to worry about that third person liability. Who else knows about that incident? And who else knows that they told you? That's the key. This is part one of my ethic conversation. There's going to be a lot more because there's a lot of things to the touch. We also have hostility at the workplace, retaliation, and when the person feels threatened. But I want to talk about your immediate responsibility as a supervisor when an employee comes up to you with a concern that relates to discrimination at the workplace. And ultimately is you report it and you make it known that it was reported. That's the key. You send that person to the liaison, and then you write a report or document somewhere that you sent that person there. Alleviate your sense of responsibility. Diffuse it. That's the key. As always, guys, love you guys. Stay safe. This is part 1 of my ethic topics. Take care, guys. Show is Terror Talking. Please, guys, like the page, subscribe to the channel, interact, engage, and hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you anytime I post up a video. Take care, guys. Stay safe.